Each week we look at some games that you might have some memories of. Sometimes though you might not have even heard of them and are discovering them for the first time. We try to provide a variety, and today we're looking at a game that there isn't really much content about online. This is Hypertron. It was released in 2001 for Windows PC and it's compatible with Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000 and Millennium Edition. It was developed by Acid Software and published by CoolDog. It's what's described as a diagonal down shooter with a sci-fi and futuristic setting. However, its gameplay is meant to be based like it's a game show. It doesn't really have that feeling, bar some announcer calls on the title screen and in between the rounds. In Hypertron you'll enter the Battle Dome, which is effectively a floating platform surrounded by a crowd. You're armed with a gun and move using your jetpack to defeat waves of Hypertron droids in a bid to become the Hypertron hero. You do get to see the outside of this arena during the game's title screen, but you don't see it any other time. There's no cutscenes, character entrance, interactions or anything to drive a story. You start the game and you're thrown straight into it. When you run out of lives, you post a high score, and that's about it. It's not really got much else going for it. There's no other modes, no challenges, not even a practice arena. Incidentally, Hypertron does have two covers. This one with the futuristic setting in the background and the character's helmet on its front cover, with the Hypertron logo that you see in game also included. The alternative cover sees more of a cartoon style of the Battle Dome and your supposed character with the words Hypertron in a bit more of a metallic broken metal typeface. You'll also see the CoolDog logo more prominently. And all of this is on a yellow background. Why this game had two covers, I don't know. For me, I'd much rather see the blue futuristic looking cover, as it does relate to the game a little bit more. When you're playing Hypertron, you'll notice that it's got zero controller support. It's all keyboard. You'll use the arrow keys to move and the control button to shoot. The up arrow moves you forward, the down arrow takes you back, and left and right turns you in that direction. But the camera is in a fixed height position. It will sway from left to right if you're on that side of the platform. This does make the game a little bit more difficult to control because the forward arrow isn't to move up on the screen. It's to accelerate, with down being more of a brake and reverse. Your character also keeps momentum for a bit after you release one of these controls, but also because of the game's camera, your perspective is thrown off, so enemies seem to hit you quite frequently. You'll always start in the middle of the platform in every wave that you come across. Green enemies are the easiest to take down and take the least amount of hits. Yellow take a little bit more, purple being more explosive when you take them down, and red taking the most, or occasionally acting as barriers. Your aim is to try and pick up the 5 H's on the platform in each wave to get yourself a jackpot bonus, while also trying to defeat everything in your surroundings. Enemy droid ships will attack randomly and there's no real set pattern to them. Sometimes it's genuinely easier to stand in the centre, turn around in circles and just keep shooting. If you take too long in a wave, a red ship will spawn and will act like a heat-seeking missile, making you move around the playspace much quicker. In terms of reviews, as I said at the start of this video, there's not really much about it online. However, a German magazine, PC Action, in their May 2001 edition gave Hypertron a rating of 41% for its single player experience. Loosely translating the article, it says the following: the controls take some getting used to, the soundtrack is quite amusing, and the hectic gameplay is at times quite annoying. And you know what? I agree. Overall though, here's what I think. It's not a great game, but you can see what they were trying to do, making it an infinite wave shooter. You could say the early seeds of firefight or horde style modes that we see in games today. I just don't think it was implemented very well. If the controls were better, maybe this could improve it, but also developing it as a top-down shooter instead of this diagonal style camera view. Possibly that would have given a better player experience overall. You've seen the game, you've heard my opinions, but what are yours? Let me know your thoughts on Hypertron in the comments below. And if you do like looking back at some older video games that you may, or in some cases, probably haven't even heard of, stay tuned to the channel because there'll be more dropping very soon.